Welcome back to My Unpopular Opinion. Make sure you turn on your post notifications and subscribe to the channel as we are still building and growing. So I had this interesting video idea that a Instagram post made me think about in regards to the relationship between Nicki, Tyga, and Drake. So the post says she was sick of that Canadian, and it's a video of Nicki and Tyga. Well, it's pretty much the clips and stuff from Nicki and Tyga's video Dip, which came out during Nicki's hate train, as we all know. And so when I saw this, I chuckled and I laughed, and I just was thinking, and I'm like, that does remind me of during the hate train, Tyga was supportive of Nicki and always has been supportive of Nicki, yet Drake has not been supportive. During the hate train, Drake was bringing out Cardi B on stage. He was bringing out Meek Mill, doing songs with Meek and trying to team up with anybody who was Nicki's op and feeding into the hate train. And it's so sad to me because Nicki has always been supportive and loyal to Drake. And I feel like Nicki needs to focus a little bit less on being supportive to Drake and more supportive to Tyga. And that's really my point. Tyga has always shown plenty of love to Nicki Minaj. He's always supported her and he's always praised her for her talents. Recently, he tweeted that Nicki Minaj was the best female rapper of all time, and he went into detail as to why. So Tyga has made it no secret that he loves Nicki and he believes that she is the best female to ever do it. He's always shown this support though. This takes me back to the video where Nicki was winning the 2012 American Music Award, and Drake was right there, and she actually went and reached for Tyga to walk her up the stairs instead of Drake, which lets us know Drake has been pissing her off for quite some time. But let's take a look. Actually, I had to mute it because I don't want to get copyrighted. But as you can see, Nicki is named for the award, and Drake is just looking awkward. She walks right past him, clearly, and grabs Tyga, and Tyga gladly walks up there with Nicki to support the queen, the fresh queen at that time, because this was just in 2012, so she was just really getting her feet wet in the game, and Tyga was supporting her even back then. And as you can see, here's Tyga supporting Nicki again at the 2018 People's Choice Awards. They also did a performance together. And so you can see Tyga has been doing this. He's been consistent with supporting Nicki. And as I stated earlier in the video, Drake has not. For some reason, Nicki adores Drake. She loves him. She really respects him. She respects his craft. As we know, when she talked about having writer's block, she said Drake gave her some great advice and helped her get out of that. Also, we know that Seeing Green was a track that Drake brought to Nicki to help her get out of that, and that's why he hopped on it, and so did Lil Wayne. And so we can say that Drake has had some supportive moments with Nicki, but he's gone against her quite a few times with her ops, and we don't know the true ins and outs of what their relationship consisted of and why these things have happened. But it looks like Drake has been inconsistent, and he's also been slightly what I would call a backstabber to Nicki. But Nicki still has loyalty, respect, and love for Drake. And I think that even though we know Nicki is intelligent, I think she might need to watch out for Drake, because Drake is one of those people who act like your friend but is like secretly an op, or secretly like maybe competing with Nicki in some way, because we know he is competitive, but I don't know. He just hasn't been quite as supportive. Since we're speaking of Tyga, I also want to take this moment to say that Tyga is one of the most consistent male rappers period in the industry. His music is consistently good, it's consistently catchy. He is talented, he has a good flow, he has great lyrics and bars, and I feel like he's kind of underrated as far as a rapper. I know people respect him, and his music always does really well and sells out, but I don't think that Tyga actually gets the recognition that he deserves, especially when people are speaking about Young Money. I know he opted out of Young Money kind of earlier, but he was a part of it, and its start and things like that, because I do remember. And people kind of discredit him. They do speak about Nicki, of course. They speak about Drake and Wayne, and they kind of leave Tyga out of that conversation. But all of them as a whole are extremely talented. Tyga being one of the best, in that group. I feel like he is just as good as Drake, and that could be an unpopular opinion, but I think they're both really great rappers. Drake may be more successful, quote unquote, but Tyga is right there with him as far as lyricism and consistency in music. Can we also take a moment to recognize that this video, the dip video, was so good. The song was so good. The video was so good. All the looks were good. The aesthetics of the video, the visuals, everything was so good. The song deserved so much more than it got. It got a lot of views on YouTube, but it deserves so much more recognition. But of course, we know this was at the height of the hate train, so they were trying to diminish everything that she was doing. It goes without saying that Lil Wayne has been super supportive of Nicki, super loyal, the most supportive, I would say. He's been supportive of all of the artists that we're talking about, supportive of Drake, Tyga, and Nicki. But I think, he's been super supportive of Nicki in particular. And so that kind of goes without saying. He hasn't wavered at all. He supported her through the hate train, regardless of the hate train, no matter what was going on. He remained the same as far as how he feels about Nicki and her talent. So it's not a contest at all, but if it were, I would say that Drake has not been supportive and Tyga has. Drake has been inconsistent and Tyga has not. So this is just a moment to recognize Tyga's consistency in music, but also his consistency in his relationship with Nicki, and where he stands with her and how much he loves and supports her music. And who knows, maybe he might get a little feature on her new album, Pink Friday 2. Who knows? So guys, let me know down in the comments what you think about this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and let me know, have you guys noticed how weird Drake acts towards Nicki, and how he acts period, which I'm going to do a video later about Drake and his interesting behavior. But if you think he's acting weird, comment down below and let me know. Okay, bye-bye.